questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Next to you. Next to you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am, please let kids ask questions, please.
Hitin?
Then I'll come to you also. Yes. Pucho.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yes, so I'm Hitin Gautam from class 8th from Modern Public School. So I want to ask that during the landing process of Chanderyaan 3, there was some 17 to 18 minutes of terror, like they were saying time of terror. So what was that?
Whom do you want to ask this terror question? I'm already scared. किनसे पूछना चाहोगे? Any one specific ma'am here? This side or this side?
Ma'am, you can answer.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take it.
I was definitely terrified as a journalist. हालांकि हमें ज़्यादा कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. We were having scientists in the studio and we were trying to understand what is happening. But I can tell you, I had lots of goosebumps. I was very excited. Yes, ma'am.
So it was around 20 minutes of terror. Definitely, I'll just briefly tell you why it is terror. Because you imagine the scenario, what is happening. This complete sequence is autonomous. So you don't have any control on the lander. And now what has to happen for soft landing is, to put it in simple forms, you are starting from a point A and you want to reach a point B. The point B is something which you have already identified. So you have to go to that point B because that is the safest point what you have identified. And when you're starting at point B, you are with a velocity of around 1.67 kilometer per second. So when you reach, when I say soft landing, what you mean is you have to kill this velocity and bring it to near 0 meter per second velocity. Got it right? You are completely slowing down that velocity and you have to touch down with near to 0 meter per second because that is what your lander legs, you would have seen 4 legs, right, for the lander. Yes. So that is what the lander can withstand, that is the amount of velocity near to 0 meter per second, at least say 1 or so. It can withstand. That is the energy absorption system built in the lander leg. So what you have to do is 2 things. You have to reach the same point what you plan and you have to kill the velocity. Towards this, you cannot expect this to be, ideally it will follow the track because there are many things, non-nominal things which can happen, which the lander has to take decision on its own actually. So if it has to continuously keep measuring where I am with respect to position and velocity, and if I am off track by certain extent, the lander has to take decision on its own actually. And because we have built multi-mission mode paths in the lander, so all these autonomous sequences which lander has to do on its own, kill the velocity and come to that final landing site point on its own, this is the terror. Because if anything you can do from here, then it is nothing challenging. For the lander to do everything on its own, that is the real challenge actually. You got it
Okay.
right? So
Thank you, ma'am. One girl here. Yes.